It's a typical Saturday for Aaron, Jaudat and Pnina. They leave their homes in Israel in the early hours of the morning and head towards the villages of the West Bank, where they weekly volunteer. This is no charity work. The non-profit organization Physicians for Human Rights strives to promote a more fair and inclusive society in which the right to health is applied equally for all. The physicians consist of Jewish and Palestinian medical personnel and arrive with both a medical and political agenda.
The first name was Israeli-Palestinian Physicians for Human Rights because we understood together it's a must to tell the Israeli people what we saw, and to go once it's not enough, so we need to go time and again. And for going time and again, we need to establish a kind of a group.
In the village of Deir Istia, we meet Dr. Fayez Akel, who gives us insight to the area of the North and West Bank.
I welcome you all to Deir Istia, our village. This village was the largest village in historical Palestine. Now, the land is forcibly reduced. We have health problems here. We don't have many clinics here. We don't have medicine due to transportation and due to poverty.
This is sea territory, which was left under full Israeli control after the Oslo Accords. Only a year ago, 3 cars were set on fire, and a writing on the mosque wall disturbed the peace of the small town of 4,500. In 2011, IDF forces uprooted dozens of olive trees in the village and confiscated a major part of the land, turning it into a natural reserve.
We are just on the other side. Not only we count you, but we are 100% for solidarity.
Here in Deir Istia, the local medical clinic is open only 2 days a week. Join us for an insight to see what happens when Physicians for Human Rights arrive. Having physicians specializing in orthopedia, pediatrician and cardiology is a great additional help for the local residents who receive here medical care. The entire treatment as well as the medicines are given free of charge. The locals await the visits and stand patiently in lines for their turn. Most of them have trouble gaining access to medical clinics and hospitals and usually wait long hours, sometimes days, to cross the checkpoints.
This helps us with the money aspect. It's also helpful that doctors can refer patients to relevant treatments in Israeli hospitals.
This is nurse Pnina Feiler, who will be celebrating her 90th birthday next month. For the past 12 years, she hasn't missed a single Saturday of visits to the West Bank.
I heard about this organization and it fitted me very well because it's in my occupation. So it's better than a demonstration, and I know some Arabic, so I also can and used to translate for the physicians who didn't know Arabic.
The organization was established 25 years ago by Dr. Ruchama Martin during the early months of the Palestinian uprising known as the First Intifada. Current peace talks don't seem to impress most of the participants, who remain scarred from the past 2.5 decades.
I am pessimist because the majority of the Israeli people don't believe in the peace. He believed to the occupation, he liked occupation.
Unless a kind of a miracle will happen, and Mr. Obama, not to mention the European Union, will really change their attitude and their political understanding, nothing will happen.
A political debate may erupt more than once, but there's a common struggle against human rights violations. Only one participant, orthopedist Dr. Aaron Tensinger, seems to remain optimistic regarding the conflict's future.
I hope that my small step will bring a big hope to the Palestinian, to the Israeli.
All around us we hear about the conflict between the Palestinians and Israelis. However, it's projects like these that still bring us hope.